Okay, so y'all, I was out getting my bowls, then so I can get out here back on the campaign trail. Um, and I saw a post that I put up a few years ago about y'all hiring a reckless ass thug to live in our White House, and how just dangerous and reckless this human, I'm gonna call him a human, was. And I can't believe we're back here. So I know that that is an important race, but remember that they're all important, right? We got to get there. We got to vote. We got to vote the entire ballot. I mean, those of us that live in Ohio, those of us that live in Hamilton County, we got some big races out there, and I think sometimes we lose sight of that. Remember, Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reese is up for re-election, and if you don't remember anything else, if you don't remember the 513 relief bus, if you don't remember her standing up to the Cincinnati Bengals, if you don't remember any of the other initiatives, the Office of Small Business, the Office of Youth, the rollback of your property taxes, the property tax rebate that you were supposed to get that you got when she was in office, her finding the money to get rid of the gun range in Lincoln Heights. If you don't remember any of that, remember those damn TVs, right? Okay, all of us that went to the music festival, we got that email saying we weren't gonna have TVs in the suites, we weren't gonna have TVs on the club level. And your girl, Hamilton County Commission President Alicia Reese, said, "Oh no, we're not doing none of that." And we got to Paul Brown Stadium for the music festival. There was more TVs than I've ever seen in my life with the clearest pictures. So all I'm saying to you is, if you want stuff done right and done in excellence, if you have ever been to the Black Music Walk of Fame, which you should have been by now, 30,000 other people have been. If you've ever been to the Black Music Walk of Fame, then you ought to make sure two things. One, you gotta make sure you're still registered, because they purged a lot of voters in Ohio, and thousands of them in Hamilton County, and some of them probably were erroneously purged, because we found people that vote every year and that are still living. They shouldn't have been purged. So you gotta double check. Go on the Board of Elections website. You can go on the state of Ohio, and you can also go on Hamilton County. You can go on Butler County. Go and make sure that you're still registered, because listen, if you get to that polling place and they tell you you're not registered to vote, I know y'all gonna be ready to turn over tables and stuff. And listen, I don't have that much bail money, right? I don't have enough bail money to get all y'all out of jail. So please go on and check. I'm gonna put a link in here for where you can go in Hamilton County and in Butler County to check and make sure that you are still registered, right? Second thing, I want you to look at that registration. I want you to make sure that the name on the registration matches the name on your legal ID, Ohio ID. Like, you got to have a formal Ohio ID. Get your driver's license out, look at it, and make sure it didn't expire on your birthday like mine did. It was expired for like a month and I didn't even realize it. Look at your ID, make sure it's not expired, make sure that the exact name, so I'm Jacqueline, right? When I'm official, I'm Jacqueline. So my driver's license has to say Jacqueline, and my registration has to say Jacqueline, because them people ain't gonna let Jackie Taggart-Boyd vote. They're gonna let Jacqueline A. Taggart vote. Okay, so I need you to make sure that your registration and your identifications match. And I need you to also make sure that your identification, your legal identification, is not expired. You have one more day to re-register if for some reason you've been purged, or to re-register if your ID doesn't match the registration, or to re-register, or you got a few more days to get your ID, make sure the address on your ID matches the address on the registration. You can do that because you can go to the Board of Elections after. But tomorrow is the last day to register to vote. And I promise you, I cannot bail you out when you're over at the polling places turning stuff over, and they will arrest extraterrestrial. I'm sure they will. So please do that for me. Go and check, because we got stuff to do. Like, we cannot let this thug get back in office, and we cannot allow Alicia Reese to not be in office, because I don't want anybody else at that table negotiating the contract for the lease of the Bengal Stadium but Alicia Reese. Like, I don't want anybody there that's not going to protect our interests the way Alicia Reese protects our interests. So I'm asking you, I'm begging you, please. I know it seems redundant. I know it seems ridiculous, and you don't. What are you kidding? I voted for every time since I was 18 years old. I understand that. I know all my friends vote on a regular, right? But what I want to make sure of is that somehow that you didn't get accidentally purged, because I know for me that my mother was in Selma, Alabama, tutoring people so that they can pass the literacy exam in order to be able to register to vote. And when I say people, I mean Black people, right? So my mother worked that hard to make sure that we all had the right to vote, right? And so if my mama went to the poll and she wasn't registered, it'd be game over. It'd be game over. I have to drain my 401k, everything, to get her out of jail, because she would have tore that place up. And I don't want that to be you. So check your mother, check your father, check your granny, check your kids, right? Check and make sure that everybody has valid ID and is registered to vote legally in the state of Ohio. Let's do this thing, because listen, I can't do that, thug. Not another day. I want him to go away, because he makes life dangerous for my son. I don't care about all the rest. All I can tell you is that he makes life more dangerous for my son, and that just sends me to another place, right? So I'm not going to be the one. Last night I was at the NAACP annual event, and I was at the Commissioner Reese table, and everybody was so demure, and they would say, I don't care who you vote for. I do, because I can. I care who you vote for. Now, if you plan on voting for that reckless thug, don't check your ID. Don't check nothing. As a matter of fact, sleep in on election day. We got this. Don't worry about it. Like he said, you don't have to worry about voting ever again. Don't worry about it, if that's what you plan to do, right? But if that reckless thug puts your family in danger, I need for you to get online and check to make sure that you're registered to vote, right? If you want to make sure that things continue to get done in Hamilton County, I need you to make sure that you're registered to vote, so that you can get there and vote to keep Hamilton County Commission President Alicia Reese in office, okay? That's what I got for you. I am not impartial. I don't have to be.